What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Parrot Press. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about the massive tier 1 reward from Allstar that I got for finishing 36th. Let's get into the video. Alright, first things first, let's take a look at the team that got me that tier 1. So we've got Blake and Elliott, the Philly stack at the back, proved very worthy again, winning, I think it was 4-0. Obviously a Blake clean sheet, Elliott with some decent AAs and the clean sheet himself to give him that 10 points. So yeah, it's always good when a defensive stack comes in. You know that you're on a good road. That's why I like to pair a goalkeeper and a defender from the same side together, and Philly are the best defense in the MLS, as I've said time and time again. We've then got our captain. He delivered, I think it was an assist. He went ahead and got a decent AA, Azella Ryan. Massive shame that Columbus didn't get into the playoffs, because now I can't use him. Basically, he's done until February, March time. I think it's late February, or it might be the 5th of March. That rings a bell, when the MLS season starts to kick on again. But yeah, he still performed for me this week. And then we've got Luciano Acosta there from Cincinnati. They absolutely smashed it on the last day of the season. Him, Brenner, Vasquez all turning up with assists and goals. The annoying thing is with Acosta is that his AA game isn't great. He kind of fouls a lot, maybe gives the possession away because he's trying those through balls, but obviously he's decisive heavy and a super reliable player to have. And then Diego Rubio, I watched this game and I didn't enjoy watching Colorado. I've got to make a decision on him for next year. Now, in terms of Sorare, he obviously scores a lot of points. He's last 15 is something like 65 or whatever it is. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I like to watch a team and get enjoyment out of watching that team and really root for them. And Colorado this season was a massive, massive letdown, really. However, he scored with the last header of the game. So that was good when that came in, because I think he was the last person to play as well. So him getting that extra 25 decisive really bumped me up the leaderboard, and I finished. Let me just see here. Let me load it up. I finished 36th there with 412 points, which qualifies me for actually the first reward in All-Star Rare. I believe this is for me, and to go ahead and get a tier 1, like unbelievable. Just that one more decisive load, something from like a Jack Elliott, or just an extra 10 points from Zella Ryan, which with the captain bonus, could have really got me up there into the star rares. But I'm not going to complain because I've got a fantastic reward, somebody that I wanted, absolutely. Now, before I reveal that, let's take a look at my specialist limited side, because I'm putting a lot of time into this at the moment, looking at the players that I should be getting in, especially from an L40 point of view. So from L15, should I say, L15 under 40, should I say. Now, Quincy Promise is probably going to be always there or thereabouts for me, because he takes their set pieces, he's a quality player, and I think this season he's hit 103 times. Now, yeah, somebody like that needs to be in there. And he's my over 60 score for the L15, pretty much week in and week out. Even if he's got a tough opponent, being on set pieces, key person to have. Now, with Schmidt in goal as well, he's a very, very solid goalkeeper for Westerlo. I think he plays for same team as like Nasser Chadley, who I got a few weeks back, and he turned up for me as well. So he plays in a decent side. He was this guy here, Giles DeWaal, was the L15 under 40, along with Paul Anuachu, if I've said that right. So it's always good when you've scouted somebody, they come in and they absolutely smash it. And I watched this game as well. He's a big boy who dominates defenders. So even from an AA point of view, I expect like on average like 12, 13, which is quite high for an attacker. But as I said, it's good for their ego when you get somebody to come in who you've scouted, you looked at the lineup, you looked at minutes previously, you've looked at who they're playing against, are they at home, all of these different things, compare them to the other people that are under 40 as well. It's good to have him in. Now, he cost me around about 0.04. I think he's already up at 0.05, and he's going to stick around. It's just annoying that his L15 at the moment is 41, so he doesn't qualify for it. Classy, a bit disappointing there, but again, from an AA point of view, he normally gets you around about 60 to 65 points, but he's still lingering. So all in all, this I started really well, by the way, with this. I had Promise and Anuechu play first, so obviously I was absolutely buzzing, and then it was just a bit of a letdown from there, but it still qualified me for a tier 3, a higher tier 3 as well. Looking at the leaderboard here when it loads, I think I was maybe about 4 points off of a tier 2, but I'd rather be top of tier 3 than bottom of tier 2. So it got me another reward. So this is the reward for the tier 3 that it got me. Now, if we look at the last sort of 5 games for this guy, he's got an 84 in there and very, very decent all-arounds, which is good. So I can't really use him. I've maybe got like 1 week or 2 weeks worth of utility out of him until his season ends. But he's a decent card to get in for next week, or I could even bump him into a trade or something like that if I need to just add in like £5, £6, £7 or something, or just obviously sell him, get that in, and then whack it into the trade. But it's still a decent card, and I'm happy with it. At least he plays. Now, the big one. This guy right here, Burner B, whatever you want to call him. Now, I didn't know he even existed before this game week. I had no idea. He's in, I don't even know who he plays for. I don't even know. Alcacente, maybe, in the Spanish Division 2. Now, the reason why I'm super happy with this guy is he's a goalkeeper. Now, if you've been following the channel, following my transactions on Sorare data and things like that, I sold Stefan Frey a few weeks back because he had midweek utility, and there's questions about whether he's going to be number 1 next year and all this, that, and the other. So I got rid of him, sold him. Good job I did, because I've saved myself probably about 0.05 already, 0.06, something like that. But that meant that I only had one rare goalkeeper in the squad, hence why I put that squad that's won me the tier 1 into All-Star, and obviously to get the threshold. But I was contemplating about putting him in America as well, because they all had strong matchups. Now, thank God that I didn't. But this guy is a starting goalkeeper. We look at his L5 here, doesn't look great, but I don't really care about that, because any goalkeeper has got a chance of getting a clean sheet if they're, in a decent-ish side, which this guy is. I think they're about 5th or 6th in the league at the moment, maybe a touch lower than that. But he's their captain, I believe. So rotation is pretty much out the window when he's the captain. Obviously, we don't want him to get injured and all of that things can happen. I might have to move if that happens, but hopefully it never does. He's got a great age, but another key thing about this guy, and for those who don't know, some of the second divisions continue throughout the World Cup, and this guy is one of them. So that opens up a can of worms. A couple of things. Do I sell him? Get the ETH, pick up some discounts from America, because that's near the bottom, I think, for next year. I'm definitely going to keep him for the next 2 weeks. So that kind of contradicts that. It's like, do I sell him now? I'm definitely going to keep him because I need a goalkeeper. Even for this upcoming weekend, I didn't have a goalkeeper. I was just kind of grinding or searching for a little bit of a ETH, a hitting threshold. Now, the good thing is that he plays this weekend. Blake misses out. He comes in, goes into All-Star, along with the 4 other players that I've got that have made the playoffs for America. So that's another reason why I was like, begging for a goalkeeper really to come in. And I looked at the rewards on Sorare data as well, who kind of the positions above me and below me, what did they get? And they got people like Diego Jota, who for Liverpool, some people might say he'd be better. But for where I am at the moment in my gallery, I needed this guy. And I also think that because of that World Cup utility, and he's going to be playing, not for Spain, but obviously for his club, I think that his price is going to increase. I think at the moment he's around about 0.7. I can see him going up to an ETH, maybe 1-1, something like that. in the upcoming weeks. That's just my prediction. If he doesn't, he doesn't, whatever, because I'm going to use him anyway. The other thing that I could do is sell him during the World Cup and obviously pocket more money, and then buy maybe a cheaper goalkeeper if I want to stay in Europe. Or I put a threshold team together. Now, the thing about putting a threshold team together is that it doesn't excite me. Yes, I'm getting ETH in. Of course, that's a good thing. You know, $50 or $25 or whatever it is on a weekly basis, that is more than welcomed. However, I like getting rewards. And the mistake that I made with MLS or the America competitions is that I maybe had too many players that would just get like the 40s and the 50s and things like that. And it wasn't exciting. And it wasn't until I got the likes of Blake, who I spent obviously a lot of ETH on, people like Jack Elliott to pair with him, people like Zella Rain, who cost me like 0.6, Reynuso, those type of players, where all of a sudden I've got Velasco, who's worth 0.7 now, and this guy is worth 0.7. I've just got myself basically 1.5 ETH through actually investing in the players that could pop. Now, that's going to be my trouble now, because I'm going to kind of be expecting that to pair along with this guy. If I not to pair with him, because I might sell him and get another goalkeeper if I had some more ETH, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is, if I was to put a threshold team together, it would annoy me if they're not pushing for rewards through the off season. So, but anyway, let me know down below what you would do with this guy. As I said, I'm definitely keeping him for a couple of weeks, but do you want to see me kind of put a threshold team together, or do you think that I should sell him in the World Cup, or what? Let me know. Coming on to this game week. So there he is, main man in goal, big boy Benabi. And then I've got him with my MLS players that have made the playoffs. So we've got Zimmerman, Acosta, Reynuso, and Velasco as well. Now, can I just say, Velasco is back from injury. He come on for about 25 minutes for Dallas last weekend and absolutely smashed it. I didn't realise he was on set pieces as well, because he took a few corners. The guy was magic, absolute magic. I think he got a goal and an assist, or maybe just a goal. Can't really remember, but I do know that he created big chances. He looked so sharp coming back from his injury, hence why he's got the captain's armband on as well. And then Reynuso and Acosta, they're always decisive, capable, and Zimmerman as well, from a decisive point of view, obviously he's a monster in the air when he goes forward. So this is another week where I could potentially be getting a reward. And at the beginning of the week, when I put this together, I put Blake in there as obviously a DMP. So again, to get that goalkeeper in there gives me a chance at another reward. And I'm hoping to get as many rewards as I can out of this, because obviously MLS really does close in a couple of weeks, even though the season's ended. So yeah, I'm excited for this game week, and especially when Reynuso plays 5 p.m. my time, Zimmerman plays 8 p.m. my time, so I'm definitely going to be watching those games, and I think Bernabé as well plays at the same time as Zimmerman, so super excited for this weekend. The other side that I've got together is my Specialist Limited. Again, more scouting into this, a couple more pickups. Nicholas Stark is now in. So he used to play for Hertha Berlin. He now plays for Werder Bremen, who have had a great start to the season. I think they're 5th or 6th in the Bundesliga. They've got a good home fixture against Mainz. So looking for a good response and a good performance from this guy. Now, I know him from FIFA days, and he is a bit of an animal on FIFA, and I'm just hoping that it's the same in real life. His last 2 performances, let's just take a quick look at this guy. Let's just open this up. See how quickly it loads. Yeah, here we go. So his last 2 performances have been 58 and 54 just from AAs, basically, no clean sheets. So chance of a clean sheet, some good AAs, you whack 10 points on them. I want to be hitting at least 70 points per player, and then that puts me on a tier 2 reward, basically, rare reward, I can't even speak. But I don't really want the limiteds. They're welcomed. Again, I'm not going to say no to rewards, but I want rares in my side. So he was the first pickup. The other one that's under 40 or 40 or below is this guy here. Don't even know how to say his name. I'm going to call him Zymar. He plays for Konyaspor. He plays left wing. Now, his last couple of games have not been great. As you can see here, take out his 2 internationals, he's still only averaging like 33, 34 for Konyaspor. But again, they're a good, solid side defensively. So hopefully they don't concede and he gets, that -2 or -4 points or whatever it is for conceding. If they don't concede and they win, playing left wing in an attacking side and got some good players around him, why can't this guy get decisive? There's no reason why not. And from everybody else that I've actually searched and done some research on, I don't really like anybody else that's under 40. There are some players out there like there's a forward in the Turkish league, Asom Balonga, I think his name is. He used to play for Nottingham Forest a few years back. Now he looks good, but I don't know if he's going to be starting. I've also got the guy that I used in the previous week, which was this guy here. He's playing Antwerp. I don't really see him keeping a clean sheet. That's 10 points straight away, and he's got to have a massive AA game. Chadley's over it. This guy, he's playing Bayern Munich, so I'm not going to use him. And Weghorst as well. He's not been on great form. So yeah, this is looking okay for me this week. We've got Promise in there who's going to just stay in there, as I've already spoken about, and the big boy up top as well, with Schmidt coming in with a home fixture, a decent home fixture. So that's what my side looks like. My rare all-star squad, I'm really excited. I've had 2 good, massive rewards for me in the last few weeks, and I just want another one. Get another one into the account, especially before my utility goes. And I feel as though when I was talking about what to do with Burnaby, if I can't play all-star, I'm just going to be, I don't know, for the next 4 to 5 months. I'm loving Specialist Limited and searching for these players, but if I can't play All-Star, it's just going to really get on my nerves. So it might have to be, I don't know. I don't want to put more money in. I want to use what I've got, and at the same time, I don't want to sell what I've got, because I know their prices are on the floor in terms of America, and they're going to go like double, or if not like at least 20%, 30% more than what they are now in February. So I don't know. That's for me to think about and ponder over. But in the meantime, I'm just going to focus on this upcoming game week. I'm going to focus on this side. Hopefully, we can get some rewards. Hopefully, this Specialist Limited side can get me a reward as well. I'm also playing Specialist Limited in the current game week. Let me just show you that, actually, because there's another couple of guys that I picked up here. So the AZ goalkeeper to almost pair with Classy, even though he's a midfielder. But I picked him up. I sold my old goalkeeper. So the 2 goalkeepers from Limited that I've got is this guy and Schmidt as well. And they are in that mid-range. They're around about, I think Schmidt might be about 57 as an L15, but this guy's like 50, 51. So I should have some utility out of him, even if he does start keeping some clean sheets, which hopefully he does. Picked up this guy, Ricardo. He's playing right wing back at the moment for Sporting. He's got an okay fixture against Marseille, even though Marseille smashed them last time out, but at least he's at home. Try and get a decisive out of him. We've got Classy in there, I've spoken about. We've got this guy in here as well, who's been playing well for Freiburg in the Bundesliga this year and got some good goals. Hopefully he can do the same again. But this is the other guy that I picked up, and he cost me around about 0.025, I think it was, something along those lines, for Bayern Munich. Now, for those who are up to date with Bayern Munich, or for those who are not up to date, should I say, Alphonso Davies went off with concussion or a bruised skull. You've got Lucas Hernandez, who is out injured, and I don't know when he's coming back. You've also got De Ligt, who went off last game with a abductor problem. So all of a sudden, 3 key defenders for Bayern Munich are out. Now, this guy has been deputising for Davies when he's kind of come off with 10 minutes to go, or the odd game where he's just played as a left back. You've also got Pavard, who plays predominantly right back, but he's probably going to cover for De Ligt, which means there's another guy beginning with M. I can't think of his name. He would play right back, which means this guy plays left back. So I think he starts, and I don't know whether to sell him at the moment or not. Let me just, you can see by his L5, obviously he's not really played. He played a Champions League game from last time and only got the 45 points, but they are at home, I believe. No, they're away. That's a bit annoying. But anyway, Bayern Munich at the back. Neuer's injured as well. So yeah, I don't know. Let's just hope for a clean sheet. You know, they should be beating these guys. Let's get forward. Let's get him in the box. Let's get a decisive in there. But he might be playing for the next few weeks, so I might even keep him around because his L15 is around about 33. So yeah, I could keep him around and use him for upcoming game weeks. But anyway, that's what I'm looking at. Hopefully, I can go and get myself a tier 2 minimum. Tier 1 would be beautiful. Star would be amazing. Let's go. Good luck in this game week. Good luck in the upcoming game week. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to see some more, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the future.